ಸೊ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರದೇಶನ ಇಂಡೋರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ CA ಸುಮಿತ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
I am a chartered accountant by qualification. I am associated with stock market since year 2000. My dear friend Manoj is absolutely beautiful, avid technical analyst, right? So about stock market, he has got two beautiful ideas.
Markets are falling. So what do you recommend? What percentage ratio is a better thing?
I don't want to book these losses, and because of that particular reason, so suppose you have a portfolio which has come down and which is an equity portfolio. My advice would be, so these are two primary pillars where I've seen a lot of people make money.
So this means every year you doubled your money, 22 houses. So
I do more than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, I am from Indore. तुम टिप लेना चाहिए.
And this is one personal request to Manoj sir. We are a team associated with SEBI.
Yes.
We are a team associated with NSE. We are a team associated with BSE. NSE, BSE, SEBI has been continuously putting up efforts for reaching out to general public. We request Manoj sir to please join us on this mission and spread this education through you at your institute for SEBI, for NSE, BSE. Find out those opportunities for us, and because you are doing such a good work, people are so much benefited from you. If they get this opportunity to learn through you and not by paying a lot of money or by paying nothing, so that is something which will have as the advantage to the general public.
ಸೊ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರದೇಶನ ಇಂಡೋರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ CA ಸುಮಿತ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
Namaste sir.
So namaste from Karnataka. So I'm very excited to introduce yourself to the Karnataka audience. And you know, in Karnataka, there are a lot of English speaking and Hindi speaking people. This video will help them also to understand markets better.
First of all, I would like to thank you, Manoj sir, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself to Karnataka guys. So hi, and yes, I would want to stock market. I would want to talk about myself. And I'm a chartered accountant by qualification. I'm associated with stock market since year 2000, and I've been actively trading market since year 2005. And this has been a very good journey, and I'm extremely excited to Manojji, who's so well qualified, well trained, and is helping so many people across Karnataka in their regional languages. Amazing idea, boss. Hats off to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I heard that you are a very good trader in equity and options, everything.
Right.
And you are also a very famous a trader in Indore.
Right.
Come a trainer.
Right.
So you train people also.
Yes.
And sir institute name is Rise Excellence Academy, which is in Indore. And sir, personally, I liked about you is you're very down to earth.
Right.
And very you have not lot of knowledge. And sir, speaking about the moon phases,
Yes.
astrology in stock market, and even technicals, everything sir spoke today, and I'm very excited. Sir, how did your journey start, sir? Because I think your journey started with a lot of pains.
Yes.
Yeah, can you explain
Yes,
about?
sure. Why not? So I am sure everybody who tries to work on stock market, find out their place in stock market, starts with first trade of profit or probably two trades of profit and a series of losses then, right? So I'm one of you guys. I did the same and I started making losses. Now, what happens when you start making losses? Either you blame the market, that market is a bad place to be in, or you try to find out what is that I'm doing incorrect or what is that I can change today. And that is what I did. I started looking into myself, looking into the approach. And the first thing that helped me a lot was I started taking down notes. So before I made the trade, actually made a trade, I started writing down not just why I'm taking the trade, also what is the emotion that I have at the time of before making the trade. Okay. So before making the trade, how do I feel about this? What is, suppose there's a pattern. So my dear friend Manoj is absolutely beautiful, avid technical analyst, right? So he'll identify quickly a triangle. Obviously, he'll identify a triangle, help you identify a triangle. Now you have identified a triangle. You want to trade that triangle, but how do you feel? So I started writing it down And after a month of writing down all the trades, whether profit making or loss making, because prior to making that trade, you don't know whether this trade would make a profit or loss, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
I started taking down those notes. After a month, when you start reading that book, start reading that log, you realize that these are the common mistakes which I've been making continuously. And now you deliberately put in effort that I'm not going to make those mistakes. So your trading starts improving. So that
Yes.
is what happened, helped me.
Okay.
And I'm sure you
Definitely. Yeah. So my journey also initially, it was a failure as I told. So I started my trading in 2016, 15, when I was doing my MBA. So there itself, I started day trading as usual. As a student, I didn't had enough money. I started with day trading, losses, and I've seen a lot of failures initially. Then I succeeded with a big success, I can say. But ultimately, so stock market is a place where we should learn every day.
correct,
Every day is a new day.
correct.
And can we discuss something about the current market scenario? Because most of the audience would be required to understand how this scenario is. So I think you and me has faced these challenges
Correct.
initially, but the people who have entered the markets after COVID,
Right,
for them this it's a new thing.
right,
So
right.
how should they tackle this?
So I am 100% sure that what Manoj sir says about stock market, he has got two beautiful ideas of how a person should start investing. One, he'll always talk about equity as a beautiful asset class. Second, he'll always talk about option writing as an instrument which will make a lot of money to you, right? He uses the word hedging to give you that insight. All right. So these are two primary pillars where I've seen a lot of people make money. But now somebody who's invested in equities have noticed that the market is coming down, right? Since the market is coming down, you have a panic in your feeling. And then again, this is where the emotional role comes into picture. So that's why I said that you start writing your emotions.
Yes.
Right now, what is the emotion? If you try and acknowledge that emotion, you realize that currently the emotion is there are two emotions. Probably one is panic.
Yes.
I am booking so much losses, or the stock market is already so much down. How do I really deal with it? One. The second emotion is I don't want to book these losses, and because of that particular reason, every day they are looking at a bigger loss.
Yes.
Now that is creating more panic. What should a person in this situation do? So suppose you have a portfolio which has come down and it is an equity portfolio. I hope it's very well diversified. So what we suggest is that instead of being so much panic, learn from all the dips that have happened in past. So what I'm trying to say is, suppose that you look at past fall in the year 2000, you look at the fall in the year 2008, you look at the fall in the year 2020, you would note that market would fall. It's the nature of market. When it's get overheated, it tends to cool down, and this is the cooling down time frame wherein the market is coming down. A patient investor would be able to make money. Somebody who's able to have a little more courage. The word I'm using is courage, not just money, because a lot of us have money, but then do we have the courage to invest at this point in time? Right. So those people who have a little more courage will might be able to make a little more money than other people. So my advice would be that you still sit tight. If you have the position in probably in cash and you have some portfolio which is still down, you hold on to your portfolio instead of jumping on being in panic. Try and stay calm. Try and do remain in your position. Market would eventually come back up. You will look at higher numbers. So I started trading in year 2000, sir. So Nifty was trading 1800. 2001, it came down to 900. Yes. And if you look today, it's a simple idea. It's gone down by 50%. But what should have done, if I would have hold from 900 today, it is still a lot higher, right? 22,000 something. So I would have made a lot of money. So again, same advice comes to you that if you have a portfolio which is in red color right now, don't be in panic. Try and play a little safe. Try and control your panic emotions and sit tight on your portfolio as well as on your cash.
Yes. So here I got a very beautiful point from you.
Sure.
So that you told in 2001, Nifty was trading at 900.
Right.
Now it is trading at, let's say, 22,000. So this means every year you doubled your money.
Right.
Let's say, so 900 to 22,000 means If you had invested one house there,
Yes.
now you would have got 22 houses. So,
Right,
but
more than that.
yeah, only thing is courage.
Yes. Yes.
So, see, in the long run, the picture about the stock market is short run may you don't see much returns,
Correct.
but in the long run you see the magic of compounding.
Right.
So that's why the youths, especially in South India, say comparing the North Indians to South India में थोड़ा stock market और डर बहुत है लोगों
Okay.
को, because there is a gap between that mindset. 9 to 6 job will never make you rich. At least any business, but stock market is also one business, a risky business definitely. Only knowledgeable people can survive, and in the long run, anyone can create a huge, enormous wealth in the market also. And so let's say diversification, sir. Markets are falling. So what do you recommend? Blue chip companies or mid caps? What percentage ratio is a better thing? Or ETFs is a better option? Or mutual funds is a better? Or gold is a better? What do you say?
So that is a typical question, and Manoj sir would never miss on such opportunity to ask you these questions, right? So what really happened here is that the markets are falling, and if you look at the markets, or for that matter, if you look at gold, or if you look at any ETF, what you would you notice that it's a cyclical industry, correct? Sometime equity would outperform gold, sometime gold would outperform equity, right? So that's a normal situation which any person should expect. So if you are new to it and you don't want to take a lot of risk, what you should do is you should create a well diversified portfolio, not just into equities, but among various asset classes. Now, when I say asset classes, all I want to say is some portion of your money should go into equities, some of it can go into gold, some of it can go into ETFs, and not just Indian ETFs. You can buy Hang Seng ETF, you can buy US ETF, Nasdaq ETF. So that is something which is a good idea if you want to invest with not a lot of risk. So what you do is you put in some of your money into ETF, some of your money into gold, some of your money into international ETFs, and keep a mixed portfolio. So let's say a stock which is going up, equity index equity is going up. What you do is you book a little profit and you rebalance it with gold or whatever asset has not performed as per expectations. So, Manoj, help me out with this. Suppose I've invested 1 lakh rupees in gold and 1 lakh rupees in Nifty ETF.
Yes.
And Nifty has gone up by 20% and my gold has only gone up by 8%. All right. So, suppose Nifty value has become 1 lakh 20,000 and gold value has become 1 lakh to 1 lakh 8,000.
Yes.
I feel that I should rebalance my portfolio, sell equity, and buy gold. Would you agree?
Definitely, because there is a inverse correlation between gold and equities always.
Right.
So if equities goes up, sometimes gold will be stagnant,
Right.
or it goes up little bit.
Right.
And majority cases when there is a war or a panic situation,
Right.
gold goes up, equities comes down.
Correct.
That's what happening at
Right.
present.
Correct.
And definitely, and I feel personally, I feel gold has rallied a lot now.
Rallied
So
a lot. Okay.
it has to be book. You have to book profits in gold now,
Right.
and
Shift to into
equities are very much low level now. See, as a Nifty, it is only 15% down,
correct.
15-16% down, but as a mid caps and small caps, it is down by like 30-40-50% it is down.
Correct.
So it's very right time to shift your asset class from gold to equities. That's
Right
what I
now.
say.
True that. True that.
What is the difference between a trader in Indore or and if you know how a trader thinks in Bangalore? Any idea you have?
So I'm not really sure how people at Bangalore are trading, but I come across a lot of people. I get to visit Bombay, I get to visit Delhi, and I meet a lot of people. The only challenge which I feel is that whenever you are having a lottery mindset while investing, that is something which is always harmful for you, right? So try and think of it in this tone. Suppose I'm buying a call option or I'm buying a put option with the expectation that I'm investing 20,000 today and probably tomorrow or day after should book a profit of a lakh rupee. Right. If that is how you're thinking about market, it's probably the worst thing that you're doing to yourself. What you should ideally do is you should a learner should start with practicing a particular trade or a particular oscillator or a particular idea. Keep practicing it, keep doing it. After let's say a 1 month, 6 months time or a year's time, when they realize that okay, this is what I am supposed to do, and this is how my particular strategy is doing better. That is when they start making more bigger plays. So what I'm trying to say is that you should start by earning your right to make a bigger trade. Just because you have a lot of capital doesn't entitle you to make big trades, right? You have to make big trades only when you have made 7 or 10 days profit in a streak, right? So that's how I would want to look at it.
What should be a trader's mindset? Let's say I have a decent capital of 5 lakhs.
Yes.
So, and I'm, let's say, 6 months experienced in markets, and I have done various techniques, intraday, day trading, algo software, many things I have done. So, what should be your ideal thing I should do?
Psychology.
Psychology, my psychology,
Psychological,
yes.
yes. So, Manoj, it's a beautiful question, and I would want to say it in altogether different manner. So, I, like you, I've also come across a lot of traders, a lot of people who want to learn stock market. Some of them become ultra successful, some of them don't succeed at all. What is the real challenge that is happening? So, if you notice, all of us have a different nature. Suppose I am coming from a background where I am required to take a lot of risk. For example, I come from a background which is into police department. Okay, so a person in police department looks at risk in a very different manner than a person who's working a corporate job. So a person who has a nature of taking more risk, a person who has a nature of being more aggressive in markets should not take an approach of passive trading. And a person who has a little more risk averse approach should not try to become an aggressive trader. Your style of investments depends on your nature. Right. So if your psychology says that I'm a person who's very patient, I want to stay calm, I don't want to rush into things, start by investing long term. While if you are of a person who wants to take quick actions, you want to take risk, you like taking risk, you can look into intraday trading. Again, so your psychology would primarily depend on your nature. If you have a nature of taking aggressive risk, you can look into becoming a trader. While if your nature says that, okay, I want to remain a little calm, a little less money would be okay with me. I want to take a lot of risk. Don't go for intraday trading. Probably go for a long-term investment. Probably go for a short-term investment. So your psychology would depend on your own nature. So that's how you should look at it. And you would also agree, sir. Suppose I am trading Reliance and I am trading Tata Motors or I'm trading Coal India. They all have a separate set of movement,
Yes.
right? So can I say that these stocks have a different nature?
Definitely.
Right. So would it be okay saying that a particular trader might find it true that he is successful in a certain stock and not that successful in other stocks? Is that possible?
Definitely possible. So now, let's say Reliance is a very low beta, let's say stock. Tata Motors is a high beta stock. So sometimes the how stock performs is a different. Characteristics will be different for
Right.
different stocks, and industry. Shift in the industry.
Right.
So all this will affect us.
Correct.
So definitely there will be some changes in performance. I
Right.
can say.
So right. So again, what I feel is, suppose I'm a Manoj sir, a calm fellow, a confident fellow who would always find things in at its place, who would want things to follow in its own plan. So suppose he's trading GAIL. So Gas Authority of India Limited, a stock which has a limited movement in a day,
Yes.
and he's able to trace that movement, right? And on the contrary, there is a person who's a more aggressive person who wants to trade more aggressive, more volatile stock, might be interested in trading Bank Nifty.
Yes.
So a person who has more aggressive nature might be more successful in Bank Nifty, and a person who has a little calm nature might be more successful in a trading instrument like GAIL. Do you think that sounds right?
Definitely. Yes, you are absolutely right. And I have seen personally traders trading only in Bajaj Finance
Right,
or trading only in Adani
right.
Enterprises. High volatile stocks
Highly
they trade
volatile.
because they want more money.
Yes.
So, and there is one more question. Let's say a person comes to stock market with ideal capital of 10,000 rupees. And he says, I want to beat Ambani. I want to become a millionaire
Yes.
or crorepati.
Right.
So, how good is that thinking? Or how bad it is that?
So that's a typical question, right? Now, every youngster has that question in their head that, okay, I have 20,000 in my capital. How can I make money from this? And is it possible that I really make lakhs, if not crores, really make lakhs every month out of this? The answer is yes. Oh, should I answer yes? Oh, yes, yes. Why yes? Because what you do is, Suppose I want to travel to Bangalore from Indore. What are the options available to me? I can drive my own car. I can take a flight. I can also come by a train, right? If I take a flight or instead I drive my own car, what is the difference that I'm looking at? One, I'm looking at driving pleasure. I like to drive. I would have a good scenic view. If I take a flight, I will save on time. So if you don't have capital, but you have time, invest that time more precociously, more cautiously, so that you don't have to invest your capital immediately. So if since you have more time and less capital, which is more precious to you, the capital is more precious to you. So start by investing more and more time. If you invest, let's say 200 hours on technical analysis, you will have a far better view than a person who doesn't have that understanding. Right. So a person before jumping onto market and directly investing that 10,000 rupees, which is a scarce resource for you, you should focus investing more time. Take up search classes, learn that idea, put in that effort, give him that result that I am one eligible person and I'll make sure that I make money from the market once I start investing. So don't jump your money into market. Okay, I'll start investing today because I've taken a class today. What you should do is you should take up these sessions, learn these methods, techniques, implement it on paper trading, not by taking a crore rupee as your paper trade, taking 10,000 rupee as your paper trade capital, and slowly build that capital. Once you have that confidence that your strategy is working, then you put in your first real money. Wouldn't be a good idea, sir?
Yes, it's a very good idea because anything you start, you have to spend time. As you told, 200 hours or 2000 hours of seeing charts. So
Right.
definitely, so you told when very beautiful examples are told. So let's say a person is traveling on the road. He doesn't put an indicator, but he takes sudden left or sudden right. As an experienced driver, you are behind. You know that you will take right or left.
True
So
that.
the same way in stock market also, if you see the charts for 2000 hours, you can predict what is next candle. By
Correct.
experience, I can say.
Correct.
Yes, sir. So finally, concluding, sir. So what is the message you want to give to the society? In India, the stock market penetration itself is so less,
Yes.
and in South, though, stock market penetration is too less.
Yes.
So, is it a golden opportunity to come to equities and invest, or stock market as a whole? What you say to the public?
Okay. Yes, the stock market is a place which is growing, and yet the penetration is a lot less than it should be. We have seen a change in in the investment pattern of Indian families now. What I feel is that anybody who's new to stock market would understand that stock market is a place wherein you can make a lot of money. But if you look at it only from that perspective, it's a very limited perspective to have. If you look at it in the entirety, so I'm investing all my money into FD. That is one option that I have to. I don't want to take a lot of risk. So I'm putting my money into FDs. Now, I've kept my money with a certain bank and I want bank to give me returns on this money, correct?
Yes, yes.
How is this bank earning money? Now that is a question which I want to put forward. So if you look at the bank's balance sheet, the ideal thought process for any person would be that they are taking money on an X amount, they're adding their margin, let's say 2% or 3%, and they're giving this money, lending this money to Mr. Y. Right. So they're making the difference and that is how they're earning. But what about the fixed cost? What about the cost which is being incurred? So there's no cost involved. Of course, there's a cost involved, and you would know that lending and then NPAs. So they might end up losing money. So that is what they do is suppose they have a little fund available with them or a lot of fund available with them. This fund has a cost. Why? Because this money is coming at a cost. So I've done an FD. So FD is giving me 6% return, 7% return. So that 7% bank has to pay me, irrespective of whether they have placed this money to in loan or not. So what they do with this money is they put in this money, give this money to their treasury team, and their treasury teams tries to earn money from stock market and give that return to bank shareholders or to the FD guys. So the money has ultimately reached stock market.
Yes.
So even if you are putting in your money at FD, it has to grow. And that for growing that money, one of the good opportunities is stock market. Again, and this is one personal request to Manoj sir. Manoj sir, we are a team associated with SEBI. We are a team associated with NSE. We are a team associated with BSE. NSE, BSE, SEBI has been continuously putting up efforts for reaching out to general public.
Yes.
They bear the cost for this education. We request Manoj sir to please join us on this mission and spread this education through you at your institute for SEBI, for NSE, BSE. Find out those opportunities for us, and because you're doing such a good work, people are so much benefited from you. If they get this opportunity to learn through you and not by paying a lot of money or by paying nothing, so that is something which will have as the advantage to the general public, right? So
Definitely.
before we say goodbye for today, I have one question to ask.
Yes.
Now you come to Indore all the way from Bangalore, and it's amazing to have you here. We didn't expect a person like your caliber to be here, discuss things on futures and options, talk about research. So how do you think that research as a business would go 10 years down the line?
So, see, in India, as you told, only 1,400 and some change. Registered research analysts are there,
Correct.
and for the population of like let's say 4 crores or 8 crores, actually active traders are like 2 to 3 crores.
Right.
For them, still it is very less, I say.
Yes.
So at least for one, let's say one 2,000 traders, at least one research analyst helping them
Right.
would be great idea. So next 10 years, I think there is a 100x growth, I can say. So multi-bagger, we can say. So it's a multi-bagger, a research team. Anyone who is planning to do a research, so definitely I and CA Sumit will be also assisting us. So one more thing, sir, curiously. So, people call to many people across
Yes.
India.
Yes.
Sir, I am from Indore.
Uh-huh.
तुम टिप लेना चाहिए.
Yeah.
So उसको क्या जवाब है, sir?
So yes, we are in Indore, and yes, there has been a recent some time back we were facing those challenges that a lot of calls were being made from Indore, wherein some unregistered entities were also making those calls.
Yes.
And we as an organization have participated at length, have helped a lot of government organizations to curb these activities, and with grace of God, we have been able to accomplish a lot. So now we promote that everybody who wants to become an influencer, everybody who wants to talk about financial markets, anybody who wants to offer these tips to investors should get registered. So once you get registered, you will always have more authority to reach out to more people. Also, I would say that we lagged in a certain place wherein we couldn't use technology which was available to Bangalore. We couldn't use that technology then, but then we've realized our mistake and we are putting in that effort. And I hope very soon you will find that we'll be approaching only through digital mode to you and probably make that change for you.
So it's been very pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much, sir. So yes, Namaste Karnataka. So anyone wants to follow sir, just you type this, you'll get his details and you can follow him. And any queries about the SEBI, BSE and NSE, sir will be answering that questions also.
Thank you, Karnataka. Please do join me at my YouTube channel, that is CA Sumit Mongia. You can also find me on Instagram with the same name, CA Sumit Mongia. I would love to hear your feedback, and I wish you all the best in your trading career. Also, I wish to meet Manoj sir again and again. Thank you so much.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೋದು ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. 7 ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ರಾಜಾಜಿನಗರ, JP ನಗರ, ಯಲಹಂಕ, ಹುಬ್ಳಿ, ಮೈಸೂರು, ಕಲಬುರಗಿ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವೈಟ್ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಯಾವ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಈ ಕೆಳಕಂಡ ನಂಬರ್ಗೆ ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೊದಲೇ ಸೀಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೌಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಜಸ್ಟ್ 500 ರುಪೀಸ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೀಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. 3 days ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ, ಶನಿವಾರ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಭಾನುವಾರ. ಸೊ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ 10 ಗಂಟೆಯಿಂದ 2 ಗಂಟೆ, ಶನಿವಾರ 10 ಗಂಟೆಯಿಂದ 5 ಗಂಟೆ, ಭಾನುವಾರ 10 ಗಂಟೆಯಿಂದ 5 ಗಂಟೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಲ್ವೋ TIDI ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಆ್ಯಪನ್ನು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಆ್ಯಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ಕೂಡಲೇ TIDI ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಆ್ಯಪನ್ನು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ ಸಿಗೋಣ ಇದೇ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಫೇಸ್ ಟು ಫೇಸ್. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊಂದಲವಿದೆಯಾ?
ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿರಲಿ, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಟಿ ಡಿ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಸೇವಾ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉಚಿತವಾಗಿ ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಿರಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.